Hi, my name is Dystonia, and I'm making a home video for Dystonia Awareness Month, which I know a little bit too much about, unfortunately. 2 years ago, I started developing secondary dystonia due to a very rare brain damage, along with Parkinson's, but I won't talk about the Parkinson's for this video. The first thing that happened was both my feet would once in a while I'd exercise and they just flop over to the side and I blew it off or whatever. Then they got worse and worse to the point where both my legs were twitching, like as in the acupuncture, as actually in the acupuncture. I remember the first time I had dystonia storm, which is basically, think of like a kind of like a seizure, but very, very painful. I don't know if seizures are painful, but dystonia storms are very painful. And I was laying there, my legs were twitching when they had put the acupuncture needles in there, like, popped some, but the needles out. And then it got worse and worse. My left foot would just literally kept curling, toes curling, more storms. Finally, it took months to get diagnosed with dystonia, but the doctors just said, "You don't know what to do. There's nothing." Basically, said, "There's nothing you can do. Sorry, you don't have the brain part available that we can't even treat this." So, well, great. So I did go to physical therapy. They gave up on me pretty quickly. They gave me a brace, and the brace, eventually my left foot was so powerful, the dystonia, that it just popped out the brace. And then it got to a point where my left foot became 24/7 dystonic, which means the muscles were firing all the time, even when I was asleep. Very painful. And they wouldn't stop, and to a point where all my tendons got shortened, and my foot became like an upside down ballerina, pointing straight down, on point, and curled completely in, to a point where I couldn't even stand on my left foot for 2 years. Now, I just had foot reconstruction surgery. Now my right foot right foot, which has been getting worse since the last year, since I had another brain concussion. I'm a lucky girl. My right foot is now curling more and more. And what's scary is I have a wheelchair arm bike contraption, and when I pedal that, both of my legs curled, especially my right foot, completely curled. And this is the hardest part about this dystonia for me. I was super active outdoors, biking, hiking, anything, you name it. That's my passion. And now I can't do any cardio, any exercise I tried to do with my arms, any part of my body. My legs will respond so painfully. I can fight through it for a little while, but after a while it becomes too much. And yeah, I mean, I got this arm bike contraption, really expensive, on my credit card, and so excited. Finally, I get to do an outdoor physical activity. Yay! Nope. 2 months later, you know, my feet start contracting. After surgery, they both are still contracting. And this part about dystonia, it's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like you can work out the muscles and try to stretch them, but actually the stronger you get, the stronger dystonia gets. And so, how do you stay in shape? I mean, I do the best I can. Luckily, as an occupational therapist, I basically have to make up my own therapies. There's nobody to treat this. And I'm not the only person with this kind of thing going on. There's about 300,000 in just in North America. We need awareness because there's, again, many people get misdiagnosed. There's hardly any doctors that know about this. Not enough education, not enough research at all. There's no cure. There's no specific treatment specifically for dystonia. The medications they give are all off-label, all have bad side effects, and for me, nothing works, except clonazepam does stop the storms. But every day I still have to fight, and I fight through fear of either I give into pain, I stay in bed, which I can't do, I get depressed, or I do my exercises, which everything I do triggers dystonia. Imagine like a Charlie horse, the worst Charlie horse I've ever had, and they just won't stop. Many nights I wake up in the middle of the night, my whole body just swelled up like a ball, every muscle so tight. Then my Parkinson's also hits in, where I can't even move around to be comfortable because I'm like basically almost paralyzed. Dystonia also comes with anxiety. This is both because of the situation itself and organic. Many people assume that that first you're anxious and then then dystonia happens. No, actually, stress makes dystonia worse, but sometimes, a lot of times, dystonia causes stress. When your muscles are constantly pulling and hurting and pulling and twisting, you know, of course it's going to make you stressed out. On top of it, the part of the brain responsible for dystonia, the basal ganglia, which in my brain is both sides are dead, big portions of it, regulate the neurotransmitter acetylcholine, which is the flight or fight hormone. So many people with dystonia have too much of this, and it causes people anxiety, 98%. Depression, also a big part of it, because, again, dystonia is related to Parkinson's, the dopamine issues. Dystonia can affect any part of the body. It started in my left foot, now it's moving to my right foot, my hips, even my buttocks, my butt, and yeah, it's weird when your butt stretches. Yeah, I mean, some people, in their vocal cords, they can't talk. It can also even affect your eyes, so they twitch, or you can basically become legally blind. I had that started off with that, but luckily, thank God, that stopped. But you know, it's just horrifying, because for me, the degeneration hasn't stopped, and to other people on the street, I just like, oh yeah, no, I got surgery, and most people think I'm healed because they see my foot flat. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm getting better, because it actually makes me feel good to tell people I'm getting better. I want to believe it. But the truth is, when day-to-day life, I don't feel it yet. I feel worse, actually, and any moment, you know, when I strengthen up my left leg, which is like now a toothpick because it hasn't been sit on in 2 years, I'm at risk of strengthening the muscles to restart dystonia. Again, please look at the link below to sign up for this petition during Dystonia Awareness Month, September, so that we can get more awareness. And my website is twistedgermanies.org. Thank you very much. Bye.